Good night, everybody. My name is Zahra and Hanifa. Here, I want to tell you about my review textbook and the title of A Workbook in Language Teaching. The author is STEVICK. Here, this book is very important for us because this book is very beautiful textbook. In the inside or in the outside is very beautiful. I'm interested about this book from the cover of I look in illustration, so much illustration in there, and that's make me want now, and actually I want to read this book is very much, and I want to borrow this book because I think from the cover this book is very interesting, and I like workbook because I think workbook is very important. The workbook is can make me practicing and practicing again. This is very much tasking. How much we can study here and how much we know, how much we understand from this context. This book is very important because this book helping people in language in the practice of conference issue foundational. Unlike the conventional formula, however, this book workbook the mind is active response from the reader. It's why he beginning a book with a himself from the skill and action to expertise language teaching. The workbook is in about three parts. This book is there is three parts of book. The first is the sound system of English. The first part is the sound system of language. Do you know what is the sound system of English? Here we can study about the sound system of language. The first is sound system of language like pronunciation, how to ask to spell it, how to ask is how to hearing language sound like listening. Because we must know what is sound system of English language. That is very foundation. Before we want to study English language, we must know what is the sound system because English language is very different from the right or from the sound is very different. Like book, we know is book is B O K. That is the word is we can the sound is book not book. That is the sound system of English. The part one is very important to us. Part one talk about hearing sound, not spelling. Hearing sound called hearing sound calculation. Reason is one pronunciation, etc. The counter discount is quite clear and practice. In this part is very much practice. Here part we can practice how much we know about pronunciation. Actually, I never learned pronunciation before, and in this campus I learning pronunciation and I very confused about that. How can I know about stress or about intonation? I just know about intonation of English. I just know the spell like book, not book. That is. I think it's very important. The pronunciation very important for us, and we must to study about it. And in this part 2 is 4 kind of drill. Part 2 talk about 4 kind part 2 talk about 4 kind of drill. Drill is minimal tire. Their memorization, adaptation, tempering, blind us. We must adaptation about English because when we want to near with something or with someone, we must adaptation to English. We actually in your house we can buy English little by little, bit by bit. With the context of this kind of drill by unitary usually solved with different meaning. However, minimal space there. When minimal space there is indicated for users when the learner. This is very important. This part is very important to us. In this chapter, very much is explanation about understanding. In this chapter of indie part, it is very important and very clear about minimal parts. When mini repository is in, that is the most usually when the learning intended to say rubber band is of some saying this in trashing rubber bands. My lunch in my lunch. And the third section is the third part talking about grammar. This grammar is very important for us because when we want to say something, we must buy grammar. Do you know grammar? Grammar is very important because if we don't know its grammar, we can say, may I borrow your book please? But if we don't know its grammar, we can say, book I borrow your please. It's not, it is wrong question. In this part, we can by grammar, subject of grammar. Most of dictation is required grammars different of all line book like. Every single talks about halving. In this grammar, I think like for university because this grammar is ever high, and actually if junior high school or elementary high school don't understand about grammar. This grammar, maybe I confused about grammar because when I in school I thinking about grammar. How can we can study grammar for what? Because if we can say, I say that this, I think is ever, but I ever by grammar when I talk or when I speaking. But you know, grammar is very important for write because there is very much right. When we exam or when we examination or practice, we by grammar too. In the grammar is very much rule. In this part, talk about rule and living English give practicing and making kind of phrases of language with the under grammatical formulation in science with intonation of that might and called pre-statement grammar. In this part, we can see the formula about grammar is very much formula about grammar like simple sentence or simple past or their tenses. We must define it as formula because its grammar is there's much formula. Why one by one there's very much formula, and that is we must to memorize it because grammar that is memorized. When we write something, when we write everything what we want to write, that is must by formula because grammar is very important for formula that same with mathematics. Okay, there is three parts. The first is the sound of English language of the sound system of English that we must to learning sound system of language like pronunciation. We must to learning it because that is very important for life. This is when we use language, we must by pronunciation because I think if not by pronunciation is not enjoy it. When we can start or when we know pronunciation, we can say by intonation or by stress like what you want to go. I want to go hospital. Like there's the stress, the first stress, and we can know about intonation. What is now like in Indonesia only in English too we can study about intonation. And the second part is I'm not very understand about the second part is honestly I'm not very understand about forecast of drill, and I'm cannot to clear about to I cannot to explain clear for about it, because I'm in my own I'm only not understand about it, but little by little I can understand in this part. Actually this one is very important, and I want to I want to I want to make or I want to try I want to try want to understand this. And the three part is talking about grammar. Grammar is very important for us. I think it's in this book is very important for us. In is There's in inside is very beautiful and very important. And in single chapter talk about people learn is in the process of competitions of universal flow. However, this work his mind to activities why began himself. According to this book, the book is very good for English literacy. On in this book, Workbook for as true I think is natural for this book in order was English and giving beside materials required in this workplace. This book organized the best part of this book because it is easy to understand for the beginner. I think this book is very easy to understand. Okay, enough for me. The conclusion is this book is very important and very good for us to helping study of English. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm sorry if there's wrong.